Row Zero is a next-gen spreadsheet built for big data that seamlessly connects to your data sources. In this video, we'll show how to create a connected spreadsheet that auto-updates. To get started, I've opened a new workbook and will connect to my data source. So I'll click the data icon up here. I've already connected to a number of data sources, but I'll show how to add a new connection. So you just select your data source. So I'll show how to connect to Snowflake. And you just add a couple of pieces of information and click Test Connection. And as long as you get a green light, you're good to go, and you can create your connection. Once connected, I can insert a connected table and select my database and schema and write a simple SQL statement. Click Run. And Row Zero is powerful enough to pull entire data tables into your spreadsheet, so you can leverage spreadsheet functions and features to analyze your data instead of writing complex SQL and rerunning queries. And this is a data set of 7.2 million US flights over the course of 1 year, and it imports into this connected table. And this is a feature unique to Row Zero that makes it easier to work with big dynamic data sets. And all of the data is in here, but the connected table gives a bit more flexibility to work with the data as it changes and also maintains my connection to my data source. At any time, I can double click and I can rerun the query, I can change the query, and I can also schedule automated updates. So let's say I want to update this every day at a certain time, I can easily do that. So let's explore connected tables a bit more. I can do all my normal spreadsheet features and functions. So I can filter, I can sort, I can create pivot tables and charts, and I can also write Excel compatible formulas. So I'll just demonstrate that quick. So we'll do a simple count if, and we'll look at where the origin equals Atlanta. See how many flights were out of Atlanta. So you can see there was 390,000. So you can see it's very easy to work with data tables. If I right click in the data table, I'll see a context menu that gives me some additional options. I can manage columns, which lets me hide and show columns. I can pivot, sort, I can cut and copy the table. I can also explode the table, which will explode all of the data into cells. If I control to the bottom, you can see I'm on row 7.2 million. So all of the data is here, and if I want to work in kind of normal spreadsheet mode, I can do that. If I undo that, I'm back to my data table, and I'm just going to demonstrate building out a simple analysis and then how I'd update that. So let me create a pivot table. Let's drop it right here. And I want to look at the number of flights per month. So let's look at date. And Row Zero pivot tables have built-in date aggregation, so I can aggregate to date. And let's look at the count of flights, and we'll look at the sum of cancels. And I want to create a simple calculated column here on top of this. So let's do cancels divided by count. It's giving me my cancel rate, and can label that. And let's add some simple formatting here. And let's chart this. And I'll put cancel rate on the right side just to make it appear a little better. Okay, and let's make this a bit smaller, just because I'm pretty zoomed in. Okay, and all of the data will stay in sync. So if I come up here and I filter, let's say, to just SFO, it's going to update all of the data downstream. So it's going to update my pivot table and it's going to update my chart. And same thing if I come in and rerun the query, or my scheduled update happens and executes, it's going to update all of the data that is built on top of the connected source. So as you can see, it's very easy to create big dynamic spreadsheets that are connected to your data and auto update in Row Zero. You can try Row Zero for free at rowzero.io and see why Row Zero is the best spreadsheet for big data.